those types of problems will be there for your internal examinations. Don't expect the solved problems as you have received in a first eye. One only the person who studied, then that person can only solve the second eye question paper. If you are not at started discussing or not started solving the problems of conjugate B method and influence line diagram, unless you can't solve the second eye. So before that, I am informing you, please do study and go through the class notes and the videos have been shared in the YouTube as well as in your Microsoft Teams. Once you start, learning those things, then you can able to answer the question papers. Right? I hope you are getting. And also in previous Saturday, in last Saturday, we have conducted a quiz. Most of them have done very good, very good. And because of the questions, whatever I have said, that is all related to your theoretical part only. Theoretical part, that means once you understand the theoretical part, you are able to know that the how to solve the problem. Chandrika, you have done good. That I have already shared the mark sheet here. And if you people want to know the answers for those questions, again, once tell me that, I will enable the answers to know you. And once again, you start joining the that is quiz, then you can able to know the answers. Only once if you remind me, then only I can enable that answers. ವಿನಯ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು ಕ್ವಿಜ್ ವಿನಯ್?
Yes, sir. ನಾ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಸರ್.
ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ?
Yes, sir. ನಾ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ.
ಯಾಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 2-3 ದಿನ ಮೊದಲೇ ಇಂಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ? 3 days ಮೊದಲೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರಿ. ಆಗಿದ್ರಿ?
ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. ಹಾ.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, Vinay.
ಅದೇ ಸರ್ ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ವಲ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಇದೆ, ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಐತೆ ನಿಂದ. Actually, in this today's I wanted to discuss the part of your fourth module. Part of your fourth module, which is the energy principles. And regarding this, the strain energy is required. That means the knowledge of strain energy is required. In previous semester, the strength of materials, we have been gone through the strain energy which is stored in the body. I hope you people remember that the strain energy due to axial force, that is nothing but the self weight of the axial bar, which is hanged and fixed at one end and free at other end, which is hanged on the vertically. The WL by AE, I hope you remember the formula. Yes, dear students, please recall that we have already studied the strain energy for the body under axial force, under shear force, under bending, and under torsion. However, I will solve the derivations also on this problem, on this content. But we have already gone through it, that we have already studied the concept of the strain energy which is stored in the body. And in the fourth module, energy principles and energy theorem, the principle of virtual displacement and principle of virtual forces, I will explain it neatly because it requires some board work. It requires some board work. I will explain this. And the only thing is I'm not sharing the screen is here. The current is not there in the college right now. Due to that, internet issue is there. So that is why I'm taking the class in the mobile itself. So that is why I am discussing what exactly the fourth module is. So apart from the principle of virtual displacement and the principle of virtual forces, we need to go through the strain energy. The strain energy is the energy which is stored in the body, right? Which is stored in the body. That means the strain, when the strain is nothing but the change in the volume or deformation, a deformation taken place for the body. So until and unless the deformation is happened, the whatever the body absorbs or retain the strain, that is its energy, right? I mean, again, I will explain that things. And this is the overview of the model number 4. Now again, in the strain energy, axial force, bending, shear, and torsion forces. So these are all the forces we need to know that. And continuation with the model number 3, that is deflection. We need to determine the deflection of the determinate beams. Again, however, the subject is determinate structure. The determinate beams need to be considered and trusses need to be considered by referring to strain energy, total strain energy. And also, that means there are the different various types of methods are there to calculate the displacement or deflection of the member. The member may be a beam or member may be a truss, right? So the member of a beam or a truss, we have, but in the third module, we have gone through the beams, but it is only referred to the beams. On that beams, we have studied the method of, that is moment area method and conjugate beam method. We referred and calculated the deflections. But in this energy principles method, we need to consider the total strain energy. That is one of the method to find out the deflection of beams as well as trusses. So in this module, we are expecting the questions on this content. That is the deflection of trusses and beams by referring to strain energy method. And also we have another two methods, and the two methods which is Castiglione's theorem and next unit load method. And these methods I have already discussed while starting the model number 3. There are various methods of finding the deflection of beams. So in that we have studied for the third module, moment area method as well as conjugate beam method. And but in this we have total strain energy method as well as the Castiglione's theorem and next the unit load method. These all the three methods are referred to find out deflection. And why it is considered in this module is because these are all related to the energy or the strength of the member which is there inside the particular body. That is which is related to on that content. That is the reason to hold on this uh, module. Hold on in this module. So once we do that, that is the module number 4, right? And apart from this discussion, I would like to ask you people that till today's class, till yesterday's class, we have completed the model 3 modules, model number 1, 2, and 3. And I hope you people have already started studying that. In that part, if you have any queries or if you have any doubts or if you have any things, please note it down and send me that. And again, I would like to request you, if you send once again, you please remind me that after the college hours, so that in the college hours I might be in forgotten. Sometimes I could not answer for that. So please, I request you remind me after college hours, and then I could do that for you people. I hope you people are listening and doing for the same.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Only thing is, however, in the total 3 module, we have completed all the concepts which is there in the modules. We have not left anything. So again, we can expect the R questions also in the your question paper. If you see in the R questions, we can able to answer for those also. So if you know thoroughly prepare for these 3 modules, whatever we have done, and the 3 modules notes is available and 3 modules videos are available, and also you have gone through the assignments and the first IA. Now you are preparing for second IA, and this much is more than enough to participate or to get an eligible marks for the to a total external examinations. Right. With this, please go through the syllabus and start studying. Most of them, I think you have not yet started studying. Please go through that. Also, apart from this, the remaining two modules are very much easier, very easy as compared to your first and second module, because the arches and cable structures are very simple thing, very interesting. And also in this module number 4, which is the continuation part of module number 3, that is finding out of deflections. But in this module, in the fourth module, you are referring to different methods, and you are finding out the deflection part process also. That is the most thing that you must have go through the syllabus. And regarding first module, second module, and third module, if you have any queries, please discuss me. I am waiting for the current year. Once it is there, then I will start with the discussion for the current module. Yes, dear students. Yes, few more minutes. I will start the class. Current is on. Okay. Now I will start discussing that. Okay, dear students. Please, anyone let me know that the screen is visible. Please, anyone let me know that the screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, as I have discussed right now, the strain energy. So, in the fourth module, I will start discussing the basics, what we have already known, the strain energy, right? In the strain energy, the complete body will be there in the strain, or the particular body will be there in the stresses. So with this, I would take the example, and it is in body. It is a body. Once again, I will confirm this recording. Okay. So this is the body. So on this body, the particular load will be there, right? So any type of load, say maybe an uniformly distributed or any type of concentrated loads that is acting on the body. So once the particular body is loaded, and it will be there in the stress, right? The body will undergo in the stress. So on the constant stress over the period of time, on the constant stress over the period of time in this body will undergo strain. This body will undergo strain. How the stress is occurring? The stress is occurring due to the load which is applied on the member or a body. So on this body, if the load is applied during a period, then this body will undergo stresses, or this body generate stress. So once the body generates stress over the period of time, then the particular body will undergo strain, right? The strain is nothing but the change in dimension or deformation taking place. That deformation we have already known the you know notation we have referred, that is delta, right? So keeping in mind that the deflection that can be referred by the body after constant stress on the particular member. So once the constant stress is applied, the member will go under strain. So similarly that, see, if you have a member, if you have a member which is having or which is connected to the surface and which is hanging, and this particular body is having axial force. If the particular body is having axial force, this axial force may cause the particular body to get deformed at a certain length or certain unit. So that can be considered a delta, right? And this I think this we have already studied, dear students. I hope if you people remember by referring to this diagram. So I will take it just in a W, and the weight of W is acting on the body, which is actually acting axial force. So in the strain energy methods, finding out the displacements, the axial force is one of them, bending moment is one of them, torsion is one of them, right, and shear force is one of them. So considering all these things, we are referring the axial force. At the initial stage, I am referring axial force. So once the axial force is considered, the body may be deformed about a delta, right, above a delta. So I would like to give the notation of this. This is the length L of the body, and right, and this is the area of the body, right, and this is the modulus of elasticity of the body, right, and this is the total area, and this, if the particular area or body is considered, then each body will be having its elasticity. That is the modulus of elasticity E that can be referred. I hope you are listening. I hope I am clearly audible for you. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the for this for this the work done, the total load what we have applied, that can be referred how, that is the work done, that is half of weight into delta. And this is the concept we have already studied in the previous semester, if you remember. Right? That is what the expression I have written. The total work done, that is half of the strain energy into the deflection. Right? So if the deflection is observed, that is the total. Once it is the loaded, it is not on the self weight. Along with this, we have already we have studied the self weight also, but here it is only for the axial force which is applied. Correct. So now, so by referring to the basics, what is the modulus of elasticity E? Can anybody tell me what is that is E, modulus of elasticity? We have studied the relation between them. Can anybody tell me? Yes. Yes. Okay. It is the strain, strain. We know that the modulus of elasticity E is referred to the stress by strain. So now, so what is strain? What is strain now? Strain is can be written that sigma by E, can be written sigma by E, right? Just I will, I'm referring this equation. I'm referring this equation, writing strain equal to sigma by E. Correct. So once we know that the strain, because why we are referring to the strain, because we are now dealing with the strain energy of the body. Correct. So that is the reason we are referring to, if we are equating the strain equal to sigma by E. So now, so what is sigma? Sigma is nothing but the stress we are noting down. So if the sigma is stress, then what is the exact equation for, you can write the load by unit area, load upon the unit area which is acting. Am I right? So stress is the load by unit area. So if it is a load by unit area, then if you substitute this equation in the sigma, if we know that, so that strain energy that we can able to write by referring to this load divided by AE, right? The load by AE, that we can write. So just we are substituting the sigma value, which is load by area, that is per unit area. So once we know that the strain energy which is equal to W by AE, then the strain, now we know that the strain. So what is strain here now? Strain is nothing but W by AE. We are writing, just we are writing W by AE. So the strain can be referred, the strain can be referred or the with a definition, that is the change in length, am I right, or the change in dimensions, am I right? So the change in dimension or the change in length, if you see, but at the time we are referring the body, we are referring the body of this, tapered, rectangular section which is hanged. In this body we can only refer the length, you can only refer the length, so that the strain can be written as the deflection over the length, the deflection over the length. So once we know that the deflection over the length of the strain is referred, we can able to rewrite this equation by referring to W by AE, W by AE, right? So that means this deflection, that is delta, can be written as WL by AE. Now I hope you remember the thing what we have studied in your strength of material subjects. You got to remember this equation. We have already studied this and we have gone through this concept. Vinay? Yes? Arun? Yes, Vinay, are you listening? Chandrika?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you got to remember that the equation what we have written,
Yes, sir.
right? So this is the equation. This is the equation of deflection, that is referred, or that is derived by referring to the axial force. See, it is for axial force. Axial force. Since it is for axial force, the particular body will be having some strain. The strain can, that is energy, the strain energy, I could say. So this is the delta, this is the delta which is deformation, and this is the strain of the body. And I would like to take another notation, that is U, which is the strain energy of the body. It is not a strain, it is a strain energy of the body. So what is the strain energy now? So before going to this strain energy concept in this equation, you should know that what is exactly. Say for example, if you see a particular body will be there with the loadings, and that loading will be held for a period of time. After that, the body will generate some stresses, So keep on generating the stresses by the body will undergo some deformations, right? That deformation will be the strain. Am I right? So once the strain is defined, how it is defined, the body will undergo the constant stress over the period of time. The body will undergo the constant stress over the period of time. So in this period of time, the body will absorb the stress and which is not allowed to deform itself, right? The body will absorb the stress and which will not allow to deform itself. So the capacity of this body can be referred as a strain energy, or else you can take a general example. If a person is capable to run for a kilometer, after that he will get tired. So that means the particular person has the capacity to run a kilometer. That capacity of the person can be referred as his energy, right? So that means after 1 kilometer he is getting tired. That means after 1 kilometer his energy is lost, and it is he come to the limit. So that is the case we are referring here. The strain energy is the energy of the body which is trying to hold before getting deformed. I hope you got that. What is strain energy we are referring. So if in the case if you see this W is which is equal to, I can rewrite the equation again by referring to the basic, which is half of the total load into the deformation. We can refer, that is the total work done by the axial force by referring to half of the load into deflection. So if the half of the load into deflection, what we have referred, deflection we have referred WL by AE. WL by AE. Just I will rewrite the equation substituting as delta equal to WL by AE. So if you see this, W square L by AE, W square L by AE, right? So once this W square 1 by E and remaining 1 by 2, right? So once we know that the strain energy of the body, so this strain energy of the body, it is considered for per unit length. Per unit length it is considered. So at the time of the total energy of the body, I am discussing. So just I will write it for clear. Strain energy per unit volume, I can say unit volume. So per unit length we have got this much, W square L by W square L by AE into 1 by 2. So per unit volume if you see, what we need to do, we need to multiply the area. So what is the area? That is what is volume? We need to multiply the volume. So what is volume here? Area into length, right? So area into per, it is, we are referring to per unit volume. Just we may have to divide this with the its volume. So that means we are getting the actual strain energy in the body. So which is W square L by AE into 1 by 2. I am dividing with the volume. Volume is nothing but area into length. Volume is nothing but uh, area into length. Just referring. So once you see that, you could be able to write the equation by W square L by AE mu square L by A into half. Again we can write the AL. So here if you see this L and this L get cancelled, and the remaining W square by A square E multiplying with half. W square A square E multiplying with half. So again, if you rewrite this equation for total strain energy in the body, that is half W by A having the square, then I could write like this, multiplying with 1 by E, right? So now here if you see U, that is the same thing, that this equation is rearranging and writing. So now if you see this W by A, this W by A is nothing but this one, which is stress, right? So again in the place of W by A we are writing stress 1 by 2 into stress square by E, stress square by E. So that means this is the total strain energy per unit volume under axial load. The total strain energy due to axial force. The total strain energy due to axial force. In the uh, many question paper, if you see, if you have observed, the strain energy for axial force is asked for 5 to 8 marks. Whatever I have derived here, you need to derive this equation by referring to the diagram, and we need to add some wordings on that what I have discussed. With the wordings we need to derive this. However, I will share the notes once I will prepare for this, and you people have to go through it. It is just the simple things what we have know, what is stress, what is strain. Just by referring to the stress strain, we are substituting each of them in the equations. We are obtaining the some equation, that is total strain energy per unit volume. If you see, that is like this. That too for axial load. That too for axial load. Right. So again at the same time, if you see for bending, what would be the total strain energy per unit volume? So again I would like to discuss in next class. I will discuss for the shear force and the torsion. So bending. So for bending, if you want to know that, before that I would like to have a diagram of a body. It is a body. I will consider this much of section. I will consider this much of section, and this is an axial, that is line, that is center line. So in this center line, here I would like to consider an element. I would like to consider an element, right? Element with a thickness, element with a certain thickness, right? That thickness, or a thickness that can be written, right? This is the thickness, and this is the total length, which is dx, which is the total length dx at the height of y, at the height of y. That means from this center line
it has the height of y. It has the height of y. So, and this is the area that I can write thickness of as dA, right? So this is the thickness of dA, and this is the height of y from the axis, and this is the total strip or element I am considering. So this is the section 1 1. This is section 1 1 and section 2 2. Section 2 2. So here, before that, we may have to recall the bending equation m by I, which is equal to sigma by y. See, because and this concept is already studied, and we need to refer those equations. M by I equal to sigma by y, right? M by I equal to sigma by y. So by referring to this equation, we have already derived this equation, and we know that this equation for bending stresses, for bending stresses. So the sigma can be rewritten as, the sigma can be rewritten as m y by I, right? This sigma can be written as m by I into y, right? So in the previous case, the total strain energy, what we refer, which is half of sigma square by E, sigma square by E. Why I am considering the previous equation? Because in see, by referring to this diagram, in this diagram, due to the load, it is going to get some deflection. So based on the deflection, the same body can be considered for the bending stresses also, whether it is fixed or free end. It is referred for the particular element that we have considered for a dx. Before that, the dx or this dA, this total blue color thickness line is there. This is referred. Apart from this, at this end, this body may be fixed or that body may be free end. But at this part, we need to consider this element. Later on, we need to go for the whole length by referring to integration, right? From 0 to L, if you see. But at this case, we are referring to only this much area. Then that we can refer the equation that what we have derived for half base half into sigma square by E, which is strain energy, right? We know that the strain energy stored in the body under axial load is this much, but but the sigma is differ here due to bending. Due to bending, the sigma is differ here. So just by substituting the sigma value, that is m by I into y. So if you substitute m by I into y, what it would be? 1 by 2e multiplying with m by I into y, which is whole square, right? So because sigma square is m by I into y, I can rewrite this equation. We know that this particular equation is for axial load of a body, right? So but the type of stress sigma is differ for the bending over here. That is what sigma m by y into I, that is we are substituting for the to get the strain energy under bending. So now I shall write it as total strain energy in element. So total strain energy in element, what we can expect, is, so what is the element here? The length of dx and the thickness of dA, correct? So element is the length of dx and the dA, which is blue colored thick line, which is dx, that is the element we have referred. So strain energy, that is total strain energy, means we need to consider the total volume. This is the strain energy. This strain energy, if you want to see the total, you need to multiply with the area, right? Thickness into the length. So thickness is dA and length is dx. And again, if you rewrite this equation for the total strain energy in the element is m by I into y square, y whole square, multiplying with dA, and multiplying with dx, which is the length dx, which is thickness dA. If you see the total dx and dA will be the total area, right? If you multiply the strain energy to the area, then you will be able to get the total strain energy in the element. I hope you are getting the discussion. Only thing is, if you involved in the content what I am explaining, right? So once we know that the half this area this much, then we could rewrite this equation by referring to, by just solving or by knowing. See, this is the total strain energy in the element. So for the element of dA and dx, so in the section 1 and in the section 2, if you see, there are many elements that can be referred with the thickness of dA in this total, in boundary, right? I could see this one in this total section 1 and 2, we can refer many of the elements like dA and dx, right? So for that reason, what I could write here, summation, I will take the sum of all those elements, of this total strain energy. So how we could write it is m square by I square dA dx, and remaining is y square, right? So this the total strain energy in element, this is in element. So there are many elements, so for that reason I am taking the summation of the total strain energy in the element, right? So now for this, if you see moment is constant for the section. Only thing is the varying is the length, which is dx and dA. The not varying section are the constant values of m and I are taken outside, m square and y square. Why it is constant? Which is not related to this dA and dx, m and I, which is related to the whole body. That is the taken into constant outside, and along with that 1 by E, but the Young's modulus, modulus of elasticity, E can be taken outside with the length of dx. The only varying thing is dA with reference to y. With reference to y, the dA can be varied in this section. So for only these two are varying. So dA are varying with the thickness and y is varying with the height, with the neutral axis. So, but here E is the constant value of the whole body, I is the constant value of the whole body. So length will be constant. In the section we are referring, the length is constant. So length will be taken constant. So now the remaining is dA. The remaining is dA into y square. dA into y square. So rewriting this equation, we can able to write it as the total strain energy due to the bending, due to the bending is m square by 2 EI. So here if you observe this dA, so if you observe this dA into y square, so dA into y square, so y is the depth of the distance of the element from the neutral axis, and dA is the thickness of the element. So by referring to this, the element having the moment of inertia of I, which is referred to its dA and the height. So I is the moment of inertia with x-axis we can refer. With the x-axis we can refer. So I-x-x and I-y-y, we all know that we have already studied this for a particular body. For a particular body, if you refer the moment of inertia with the x-axis, it is an x-axis. If the particular body is referred with the y-axis, it is a b, it is a width of b, and it is a depth d. So bdq by 12, right? bdq by 12 if you refer from x-axis. Else if you refer from y-axis, dbq by 12 it is. I hope this basic you remember, right? So by referring to that, dA and y can be written as the I. So once I is written, so I and this one I is cancelled, m square by 2e into I, that can be referred. So this is the total strain energy and remaining dx. And this is the total strain energy in the considered section of 1, 1 and 2. So for this, if you see, if you want to have a complete total strain energy in the body due to bending is half will be taken. For the length of 0 to L, you can refer m square by EI with respect to the element length. Right? This is the integration of 0 to L we can refer. For 0 to L, so m square by EI into dx. So this is the total strain energy of the body, total strain energy of the body due to bending. So in your examinations, the questions are raised in this concept also. So what exactly it is been the total strain energy in the body due to bending, or derive the equation for the total strain energy in the body due to bending. Else, another question that may be referred or that may be framed on this is the total strain energy in the body due to axial force. Right? Along with these two, we have another, that is the total strain energy due to shear force, the total strain energy due to torsion. The both those equations that I can discuss in the upcoming classes. So I hope I have conveyed the complete content regarding axial and bending strain energies. If you people have any queries or anything not understood, please let me know that now. I will give you a few more minutes. Yes, Arun? Arun? Chandrika, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear what we have discussed?
Sir.
Okay. And Vinay? And also I request all of you that please go through the strength of material subject and these derivations, the derivations what we have studied. I hope you people have a textbook of structural analysis 1 SS Bhavikati, which is not available as a soft copy, which is available in the library in our college. Please, if you who those are in a local, please come and take the textbook and start studying the basic things. If you know the basic things, you can able to solve, or we can able to understand the upcoming concepts. Okay, and in coming days, you people are going to face an examination, and again I will repeat, if you people are only solved for the exam and problems, then only you are able to solve that, and don't try to copy, because the questions are out of the uh, solutions which is not given. If you have to solve on your own, then only you will be able to write it. I will see how many of you people have studied in this subject and how you are interested. So with this, I am concluded the things. If you people have any queries and any confusions or difficulties, please let me know in the class right now, or else you can text me later on. Okay. With this note, I would like to conclude this class. If you people have any things, let me know that. I will wait for another few minutes. Aishwarya, Aishwarya Sangamnavar.
Yes, sir.
Yes, are you listening? I think you are the fresher for the classes. I have not seen your name. You are attending from studies class only. Yes, am I right? Because I am seeing the new name in this list. That is the reason I am asking you. And Monica Nitin is also Nitin. Siddharth. Okay. And those who are having the class content, this here I would like to show you. See, you people are having the class A. Those who are from class A. Those can be referred. The class materials are shared in the particular classes over here. See, if you just you need to go to files over here. If you once you go to files, you are able to get all the classes, all the subject notes, and see. Yeah, I hope you are able to see this, right? And the concrete technology, applied hydraulics, our subject analysis of determined structures, advanced surveying, everything is uploaded. So just you open the folder of the each subject. So in my subject, I have uploaded the class videos and the class notes and the university question papers and assignments, and the textbooks are available, right? Please access these files and make use of these, right? All 3 module notes and 3 module videos, textbooks, question papers are available. Please go through that and start studying now. Okay. Thank you all for attending the class. We'll discuss the remaining things in the upcoming class. Thank you all.